the Polarized Report.
On the Polarize Report, we rate movies on a scale of 1 to 4. Our rating system is designed for the average moviegoer as well as cinephiles.
A 1 movie is a movie that is not good in our opinion, however, we can understand why other people might like it.
A 2 movie is going to be more along the lines of average, something that more people dislike than like, but somewhere in the middle.
A 3 movie is a movie that we really liked and thought was pretty good, and if it was on, we'd probably watch it again.
And a 4 movie is a movie that is great and we would highly recommend to other people because this movie is why we go to cinema.
After we're done rating the movie, we decide whether or not we think it deserves a spot in our top 13 list of movies for the year.
And if the movie is absolute garbage, it'll go in the bottom 7, which is where the bad movies go.
At the end of the year, we discuss the 20 movies that were 13 that were good and 7 that were bad, and decide really which ones made it special this year.
Check out the movies coming this week and hit that bundle.
Most people want to be Kajillionaires. That's the dream. That's how they get you hooked. Hooked on sugar, hooked on caffeine. Ha ha ha, cry, cry, cry.
Rent is an installment. It's a monthly installment.
So what do your parents do, hon?
Hun, you've never called me that. But you could if it was a job, though, right?
You're addicted to them.
They're my parents.
You want us to be false, fakey people.
I always thought it was insulting to treat you like a child. And I thought we agreed on that.
Now, where to begin? Which backwards spells alone. She was my whole world. I'm presently on the way to collect my brothers, Mycroft and Sherlock.
There are 2 paths you can take, Enola. Yours, or the path others choose for you.
Is she safe?
She's our company.
I'm Viscount Tewkesbury.
What are you planning, Mother?
To change the world.
Perhaps it's a world that needs changing.
You don't know how to embroider?
You know, Monday's my last shift. 38 years to the day.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do without you, Stanley.
I just don't think he's a good fit here.
Javon, it's your responsibility and it's your job to train him.
You know, my life was a whole lot easier before I met you.
I worked my butt off, and you just float through life.
You're stuck in here, same as me.
Speaking of saving the neighborhood, what's up with all these missing person flyers?
Hey, what you doing down here, bro?
We got vampires in the Bronx.
All right. Yo, that was mad vague, dog.
Are you seriously out at night when you know there's a couple of vampires running around?
Vampire! Go!
Can I help you, sir?
Scan your item. Please scan your item.
I just did.
Please scan your item.
Yeah, right.
You're not putting me in a home.
What if it were our home?
I thought this place said she gave me my grandson's room. He's not too happy about it.
How do you like your room?
Declaration of war. Give me back what is mine or face the consequences. Okay. Okay.
Let me get this straight. You want me to help you and your buddies to help beat up your grandson and his buddies because the 2 of you can't figure out some way to live in the same house?
It wasn't. Just saying.
Why are we doing it this way?
When you have peace talks, you need someone neutral to mediate.
He gave me a cookie.
It is true, a cookie was given.
We want to underscore again that we're coming to Chicago peacefully, but whether we're given permits or not, we're coming.
Chicago to protest the Vietnam War.
And there's no place to be right now but in it.
People say, you know, Abby, are you concerned about an overreaction from the cops?
At the defense table, that plan. And the plan was to incite a riot.
The riots were started by the Chicago Police Department.
Sustained.
Nobody objected. We've dealt with jury tampering, wiretapping, a defendant that was literally gagged.
We're giving them exactly what they want, a stage and an audience.
Yeah, you really think there's going to be a big audience?
Is this prosecution politically motivated? To find some courage now.
Open your eyes.
I'm Von Bun.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Ray.
And this is the week of...
This is the week of Kajillionaire Holmes, The Last Shift versus the Bronx of War with Grandpa and the Chicago 7. Also, there's a monster. Yep.
Wow!
There,
All right,
yes.
That was a mouthful. All right,
All
we're
cancer.
back. We're back, baby,
It's
with
back.
a shit ton of movies.
All of the movies.
I lost my voice today, so I will be trying to talk as minimal as possible. I know I sound like death.
Oh, that's so scary.
We would like to let you know that he's been tested and it's not the Rona.
Yeah, it's not the Rona. However, it's seasonal cold. I'm almost over it. I'm on the uphill. But we got a special episode for you all. We have 7 new movies to talk about this year, which is so many. And it's a movie that I'm in, which is neat. It's a really B movie, sci-fi kind of thriller that was filmed in Colorado, which is where we live. And it's directed by someone who's just well known in the cosplay community. So I think that's really cool. And we're going to talk about this kind of super underground movie that was just made for cosplayers. But stay tuned to the end for that one. We got to talk about some of these crazy other movies that we've been whipping and whopping. Last episode, we only talked about 3 movies. But Ray, could you tell us what our top 13 is and give us a quick recap on if any of those made it?
Did any of them make it?
I think Bill and Ted
Bill
did.
and Ted made it. All right, top 13. Sitting at 13 is Tenet. At number 12 is Bad Boys 3, so that's on this list. At 11 is Bill and Ted. Number 10 is Underwater. Yeah, we're drowning with it. Number 9 is Weathering with You. That's what made us go underwater. Number 8 is Project Power. Number 7 is Fantasy Island. Also, fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. Number 6 is New Mutants. Number 5 is Guns Akimbo. Number 4 is Boot. Number 3 is The Hunt. Number 2 is Birds of Prey with 2 O's. And number 1 is Gentlemen still.
Birds oof prey.
Oof prey. Birds oof prey.
Ignore my writing. Okay. First off, yeah, so the reason that Ray said fuck Rotten Tomato was I saw a list and it was the one movie of every year this decade that Rotten Tomato has dissed on, the number 1 worst movie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And this year is Fantasy Island.
Really?
Yep, which is funny because it's on our top 13. So Rotten Tomato hated Fantasy Island. How does that make you feel, Ray?
I'm upset. I like that movie.
Poor Ray.
It was good.
I liked it. I didn't think it was nearly as about to get dissed on like this. Oh my gosh, that's insane. All right, well, while Ray pulls up all these fantastic movies.
I forgot that Boot and Weathering with You was this year.
Yeah, well, those came out early. Yeah. We're getting to the end of the year. Oh, and James Bond, it got pushed back. Dune got pushed back. I know, I'm so mad.
That James Bond movie looked really good.
It looks so good. Oh my gosh. I think Dune got pushed back.
Dune got pushed back, which pushed back the Batman, which I'm upset about.
Yeah, so pretty much every movie that was gonna beat The Gentleman is not coming out now. So it looks like Gentleman has a pretty high chance of being our number 1 movie of the year.
This might be the last round of movies that we are going to see in theaters as well.
That is also true, so if we go into another lockdown. Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, I'm going to quickly talk about one movie that I saw with my friend Josh, who's been on this podcast. We saw it at the Mayan, one of our indie theaters. Super fun experience. Very, safe, mask-oriented. They have every other row crossed off, which is really cool to, keep space and stuff. But this movie was about Ray.
This is the trial movie?
Yep. Okay. Trial of the Chicago 7.
Yes, that we were definitely prepared to read this now.
Well, you're 100% prepared.
I'm 100% prepared. My fingers definitely aren't working against me at this moment in time.
I feel like they are.
They're definitely not. It never happens. The story of 7 people on trial stemming from various charges surrounding the uprising at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago, Illinois. It's based on real events.
It is based on real
Still
events. It actually, Josh and I walked out and we were both like, wow, I kind of want to look up this case because this case was really cool. Just the drama of it, the characters were insane. Like, it had, who's the guy that played Borat? That's, like, was supposed to be Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Are you talking about...
You know exactly.
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yep, that guy. Yeah, he was in this. The guy who played Newt Scamander in Fantastic Beast was in it, and it was weird.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in this
Joseph
movie?
Gordon-Levitt is the prosecution lawyer, and he did phenomenal.
Yeah, Jorson... Fuck, I can't pronounce his name.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Michael Keaton's in this movie?
There was a random Michael Keaton, and literally Josh and I were like, oh, it's Michael Keaton. Like, he came out of nowhere. Like, this was a star-casted movie, and it was really good. Oh my gosh, this movie was incredible. It was one of the most suspenseful movies. I was glued to my seat. I was like, I had to go to the bathroom halfway through, and I'm like, nope, I'm gonna miss something, and I didn't.
And you stayed there and you peed your pants because it was so good.
No, I didn't. But I kept watching it, boys and ladies and gentlemen. I didn't leave, and I was invested the whole time. And Josh and I walked out and were like, that was a great movie. So I think it deserves to be in our top 13, which means it goes into the bubble because I'm the only one who's seen it. But I think it should be a runner-up forever. For sure, if it comes out on a platform, I'll definitely rewatch it with you guys.
Hey, I'll vote it higher than Underwater right now.
Nope. Well, I would third that, but that's not how that works. You gotta see it. Just immediately kick off Tenet. Alright, so that was called Trial.
Tentatively. Yes.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I give this movie a 4.
Wow.
It was really good. It was the first movie this year where I was like, I am in suspense and I don't know what's happening and I don't know what's going to happen. And there is so much in this trial that I'm like, how is the people getting away with this? Like, they had Bobby Seale in it from the leader of the Black Panthers, and he the whole time he was like, I'm not gonna do anything you say, and the judge was just flipping at him. Like, it was insane. This movie was crazy. So it was really neat. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's that. Trials of Chicago 7. Next up on our list is we're gonna talk about 3 movies that Keegan and I saw. Out of those 3 movies, which one do you think is the worst?
They're all
like
Enola
right
Holmes.
in the same.
Yeah.
Enola Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Enola Holmes is the first one. It is a Netflix original. Hit that fat synopsis.
Sorry, I was looking up Trial of the Chicago 7 so I can watch it. It's on Netflix.
Oh, is it? Oh, fantastic.
You paid money to go see it in theaters.
And it was worth it.
Loser.
You're a loser. You paid money to support a fucking movie?
Yeah.
There's a throwback just to throw it in there. I watched Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Again?
The one where he goes to Africa.
Which one are you on?
We were on Enola Holmes.
Enola.
Yeah, Enola.
Enola Holmes.
Yep.
Freaking, what's her nut? 11's in it?
Yep.
Millie Bobby Brown.
And so is Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it was like, I saw a meme today about that where it was like, be a hero until you see yourself turn into Sherlock Holmes, and it was like Robert Downey Jr.
Benedict
Cumberbatch.
That's very funny. All right, when Enola Holmes, Sherlock's teen sister, discovers her mother's missing, she sets off to find her, becoming a super sleuth in her own right as she outwits her famous brother and unravels a dangerous conspiracy around the mysterious young lord.
Yeah, that's the whole movie.
Yeah.
The acting was good. I think my biggest issue was the stylization of having her talking to the camera a lot.
Yeah, it did pull in the camera.
The fourth wall breaking was really abrupt. And there were a few, like, the travel montage was animated, which kind of was weird. But this was a very interesting movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you're the only one else who watched
talk,
it. So
Yeah.
Can you give us more?
Well, definitely, it felt like the kid version of Sherlock Holmes of what we got.
Oh, you
with
mean
Robert
besides the dude getting his head smashed in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Just, it was easy to follow. It kind of felt like just like an actual like picture book that was like you were reading, but it was actually just like a movie, and not actually in the actual sense of like, oh, look, book to movie. But it just felt like kind of you're just going through the stages one at a time. It's kind of like something you could watch, walk away from, and then come back, and you're like, oh,
lost.
Yeah. So it's very easy to
so
follow.
So this was Nancy Drew.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah. It was Netflix Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
It was Netflix?
Yes.
I don't think it was done bad. I enjoyed it.
What do you rate it?
Give it a 2.
I also give it a 2.
I would not watch this again.
I probably would not watch it again. Her name is Enola because her mom likes word puzzles and it's alone backwards. She mentions that a few times in the movie, but she's like, I'm meant to be alone. You're like, wow, all right, cool. So, on that note, let's go to the next movie.
And all the other adults in the universe are just like, okay.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. And you're like, yeah. And
you're going to be a good woman in like old English times. And this is what you're gonna be in. You're like,
well, and who is Mycroft is Sherlock's brother, right? Who's always in the Sherlock Holmes movies. He's in the one with Robert Downey Jr. He's in Sherlock the TV show. He was an asshole in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was not like
meanie.
a cool person, and it was a weird take on him where I was like, why is he such a dick? Maybe in the books he is, but I don't know. I've never read the Sherlock Holmes books, so.
Is it confirmed that they actually had like a sister? Or
I also don't know if that's.
Or is it just like Netflix is like, let's make a movie.
Let's let Sherlock have a sister. Yay! All right, next movie is I want to talk about The War with Grandpa. So that's a movie. We're gonna get that fat synopsis in a sec, but it has freaking. What was this? It has Uma Thurman in it, who's still looking fine, may I say. Robert De Niro. And Christopher Walken. We can play as that fat synopsis.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at the cast too. Upset that he has to share the room he loves with his grandfather, Peter decides to declare war in an attempt to get it back.
Sharing is a very generous
word. He got kicked out of the room and sent to the attic.
As in sharing as it's no longer yours, it's mine now.
Yeah.
And you have no choice about this.
So the first thing I'll say about this movie is it was funnier than I expected. But I think it was more funny because it was all old people jokes, and I'm old. And I was like, oh, these are all really funny to me. Because it was like retirement home jokes. It was like Christopher Walken made a joke about being in the military. And then Robert De Niro was like, you in the military? He's like, no, I'm just saying. And it was just top notch on the humor. Keegan, what did you think of it?
Well, like, I was expecting, like, sit next to you, and then when I saw that everybody Mason was there, and I was just like, okay, I'm by myself. I was pleasantly by myself, just eating my popcorn, enjoying that movie. It was the whole movie was one long chuckle, basically.
Mason and I just kept looking over to Keegan, and he was just like, just so happy with his life. He was just shoving popcorn in his face, just like, like laughing by himself.
Pretty much the whole time.
You should have been there, right?
It was good. The movie knew what it was, and I thought the acting was pretty good in it. It fell along the lines of like just kind of a comedic, like just like one of those rolled movies, just like along the lines of like an Adam Sandler movie or like Daddy Daycare.
It's one of the better. It's definitely one of the better Robert De Niro is cashing in a check movie. Like it was one of those better movies. Like it wasn't bad, which I was surprised with.
Right, it had some tender moments, and it had some real moments.
It had some moments that I was really pissed off, like with the marbles. When Robert De Niro lost his marbles, that hurt me emotionally.
That's not why he goes to live. That's kind of why. Okay, you'd have to see it to understand that.
Oh man, giving him a tease.
Or even like the funniest joke in the movie. I don't mind spoiling it because it was just great because it doesn't make any sense. It's just like
pause for a sec. All right, go. Just in case I need to cut it. I needed to dark this.
Yeah, it's just like I could totally use the chainsaw if I wanted to use the chainsaw. My wife doesn't need to tell me to use the chainsaw. I'm just an adult, and I like to wait for her permission to use the chainsaw. But I can use it whenever I want to use the chainsaw.
Sounds like a classic married man.
Yeah,
it's exactly what I was like. I can use the chainsaw whenever I want. I'm just nice and wait for my wife to tell me I can. That line hit me so hard. It was such a good joke. Okay, you said it so poorly that even when they go watch it, they'll be able to enjoy it. So I'm gonna keep that in.
Yeah, so thank you for my butchering of the words.
That being said, what do you rate it?
Oh, this is a 3.
I give it a 3. I'd
Yeah.
rewatch it at like a party or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rewatchable
I'd
movie, mainly
rewatch
just
it.
for Christopher Walken. Like,
probably-
he's great.
Like if I'm with my family or something, I would watch this.
He gets one of those like big wheel skateboards and just crashes into his coffee table and just watching Christopher Walken ride a big wheel is really worth it. It's just a whole movie. It was pretty good. All right, and the last movie that just Keegan and I are going to talk about was Kajillionaire.
What a human movie.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I wanted to take some time with this one. Ray, hit us with that fast synopsis.
A woman's life is turned upside down when her criminal parents invite an outsider to join them on a major heist they're planning. That's it.
Wow. All right, that's not descriptive at all. Look up the dad. What's his actor again? Like Richard Jenkins, I think.
Oh yeah, because he's in another movie that's on this.
Richard Jenkins? Is that his name?
Yeah, Richard
Wow,
Jenkins is in this movie.
So
What an
he
old person name.
is in Godzilla.
He's
King
in
of
The Shape
Monsters.
of Water.
He's also he was in The Shape of Water. He's in one of my favorite movies, Cabin in the Woods.
Step Brothers.
And
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fuck.
yes, and he's a great actor. He was interesting in this movie.
Oh yeah.
He's also in another movie we're gonna talk
Yeah, he
about.
is.
Yes, he is.
That connection just now.
Oh wow, Ray just got that connection. So yeah, he's in 2 movies this week. And this was, I think, the better one. We'll talk about the other one later, but this
Definitely.
movie took some turns that I was not prepared for, and I
Oh.
need Keegan to start.
Right. So basically, they're kind of like a bunch of con artists, and they do stuff. And God, Mowgli looks really fucking creepy right now, and we all just dead stopped looking at Mowgli. Come back to this plane of existence, please, dear God.
My dog's in the room
Oh,
with us, and his eyes
right.
rolled back, and like that film
Come
under
back
their
to us,
eyes.
Carol Ann. Come back to us. Anyway,
You're a
so
good boy.
and
Happy birthday, by the way. This
Our-
is Mowgli's birthday podcast. Oh,
Happy birthday,
he's mad.
Mowgli.
We're talking about him.
Oh, now he's embarrassed.
Oh,
All right, Kajillionaire.
Kajillionaire. Mowgli is not in Kajillionaire. That would be really
Nope,
cool.
he's not.
Also, Gina Rodriguez is in this as well. I love her. She's fantastic. She does a good job at acting. She was from Jane the Virgin, and
I mean, I got IMDb pulled up. I just looked at it.
He's just looking.
That's how I made the connections for fucking Richard Jenkins.
I like seeing how because the way that they live their lives is very niche, and it kind of goes into like they chose this life and how they're going and how they live it, and depicts everything else they do just to do it. It's not like, oh, just a normal ass family doing anything. Very dysfunctional, and it really shows like the human side of just even the daughter when she's starts going through all these emotions of like what a normal family should be, and then starts fighting with them and everything. It just feels like it lost some of that.
Well, and I think what this movie really did incredible was it showed how you really are under the influence of your parents so heavily that when you're young and they tell you this is how the world is,
That's how the
you
world is.
believe that's how the world is.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, the first time she encountered, like, just a friendship, it blew her mind where she's like, this is weird. Like, I'm not using you for money. What? Like, what is this? Or the first time that someone just gave her kindness and she's like, I need to pay you. And they're like, no, you don't have to pay your friends to be your friend. And she's like, but I've always paid people. Like, it's just how her parents raised her to be such a recluse, in a sense.
Recluse?
Yeah. I said it in a fancy way. I still said the
You
same word.
overpronounce the phonetics.
Sorry. All right, a recluse,
Get the
whatever.
French shit out of here.
I'm sorry. I still say mobile like that, so that makes people mad.
What are you, aluminium?
Aluminium, cuprum. That's copper.
Is it caramel or caramel?
It's caramel.
It's caramel.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
caramel.
no.
Caramel.
Fuck off.
It's caramel.
It's caramel.
Is it soda or pop?
What, it
It's
depends
soda.
where you. It depends where you.
It
are.
depends. That is very true. It definitely depends. Soda pop.
Depends where you are and what you want to actually receive.
Right.
Correct.
All right. Sea mountains.
Mountain.
There's no T.
Mountain.
You're from here.
Yeah, we're definitely from Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Mountain.
Mountain.
I got the mountain.
Case.
All right, but no, I think this movie was surprisingly one of the most human movies I've seen all year.
Yeah, that ending fucking.
The
it's like a
ending
punch to the
literally killed me. Like
I don't even see like exactly the ending, but when they
No,
walk out
that
and
ending-
see all that, and I was just like, ha! And then it like wrapped it up nicely too, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and you're like, huh, is it happy? Like you don't get left on a happy note, and it's
so
rough.
I think a good like emotion for this like movie is like you ever fight with your family, but you're with each other, and you just feel that awkwardness. That's what like half this movie is.
Yep.
So it's like that awkward sitting at the dinner table after you're just screaming at each other, and you're like, well, fuck, food's a thing, we need to eat. And you just like sit through it. I don't know, Ray, if you've ever had to do that, but no.
It's like that time I yelled at my dad at the water park and then had to spend the night at the hotel. Sorry, Dad, that happened. Yeah.
It's like so at the dinner table with my stepmom, she's like pissing me off. I'm gonna throw a fork at you. Granted, I like was being a shithead teenager, and I was like, do it. She like grabbed the fork, and I was like projecting my face. I was like, fucking do it. We're cool now. We're cool now.
That was a powerful story.
Yeah.
All right, what do you give this movie?
I give it a 3.
I give it a 3.
Yeah.
It was emotionally heart-wrenching enough that it's a good movie.
I like to watch it again just so I can
be hurt.
process it. No, because I can process all the other things in it. Because so much of it was just a general shock.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, okay.
It's an awkward movie, but it really embodies the spirit of being an awkward teenager like really well. So
I think it had kind of the same vibe of Paddington.
Yes, but Paddington's better. But it did have the same vibe.
Yeah. It's kind of like that style.
Great. Does it make it?
I say yeah.
Here's my issue. I also say yes, but it's not better than 10.
I know.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
No. Yeah. All right. Cool. Valid effort.
You should watch Kajillionaire. I like to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I would actually put on the list of movies.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.
Well,
Did you watch Vivarium yet?
No.
All right. Next episode.
We'll have to get a bunch of people together. Watch those 2 movies.
Well, wow. All right. Those are some rough movies to watch back to back.
You know what? Let's just throw Midsommar in there.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen that one either.
You haven't seen Midsommar?
What the fuck, Ray?
That's like our favorite movie of the year last year.
Well,
yeah, I don't
This
know
is your
what
guys' favorite movie of the year.
Wow, that movie's been on our house so much. Okay.
It's a rough movie. I'm not gonna watch that movie again.
No.
Next year.
Next year. Okay.
Next year.
Well, it's Halloween. We can watch it for Halloween.
No.
No.
Watching Hocus Pocus. You know, fucking.
You ain't watching shit for Halloween. On Halloween, if I catch you watching a movie on Halloween, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna be in the stall in the club in Vegas and be like,
dude, we can do a podcast in Vegas.
No.
Wait, it would be Saturday. Never mind.
No.
All right, what's next?
All right, next up, we're gonna talk about The Last Shift, the other Jenkins movie.
Yeah.
Richard
Jenkins. All right, The Last Shift. Lay that fast synopsis.
Yeah, this one's fat. You ready for it? Stanley's last shift at his fast food job takes an unexpected turn. That's it.
Yeah. Well.
Wow. All right. Stanley's a
Pretty
piece of shit.
Dude.
Not a piece of shit.
This was Wait For It, the movie.
This was Wait For It, the movie. Ray, let's hear your.
Yeah, I watched this one. This movie was like, it started off with like a classic, like 2 people who wouldn't get along in normal circumstances are now thrown together in, well, essentially one's taking over for the other's job. And you start to form, you start to form like this relationship, and a lot of the times there's like at least some sort of plot deriven from that continues to, just nothing happened. For like the whole movie, until like the end.
This movie set up like 5 plot lines that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like compelling plot lines that I wanted to know.
It was like, hey, this is a really interesting plot point for this character. That's it. We're not going to do anything with it, but it's out there.
Yep.
I think that's where this movie fucking shines. Because it was such a meh movie because of those things. But this is the most like real life fucking movie I've seen in a long time. Because there's a specific person that I think of when thinking of Richard Jenkins that I worked with, someone that was like this, and their life isn't fucking great.
Oh yeah, because they got fucked by the man.
Yeah.
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 That whole idea of like working for a company and they'll treat you right in modern America doesn't exist.
It never existed.
Well,
No.
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 It
No, it
it
didn't.
never existed.
Exactly, it's a lie.
Yeah,
and
it was
people
a lie that
fall
was told
into the
and
lie.
fell for it, and it was 30 years later, and he got fucked, you know? And that's where the other character comes in. It's like, yeah, you fucked by the man and everything. So it's what?
Never do that again.
But that's where I think it shines. It's
Keegan's
just,
white.
It's a normal.
I should just refresh that.
Okay. And the movie's just so normal in that's a very believable story because these people come into your lives and they leave and they don't add anything, they don't subtract anything from yourself, and you just fucking continue on.
I
with
disagree.
life.
There's some subtraction. Like, hard.
Yeah. Yeah. But still. That's just normal fucking people. Normal people doing shitty things and fucking having to deal with it and just moving on with themselves. That's where I like this movie. It was just normal. It was a normal fucking life situation.
This movie was only 92 minutes, and it felt like 180 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair.
It really did, though. I checked my phone, like, multiple times in the movie. I was like, are we close to being done? I was like, oh, we're 30 minutes in. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But, yeah, no. This movie was just
It
long.
kind of felt like the equivalent of, like, a Teen Mom or, like, an MTV reality show, and they just there. It was like a movie that was made out of that. That's what it felt like.
Sure. I was thinking more it's like you're doing a plank and all of a sudden time slows down. You're like, I'm going to do a 60-second plank. And you're sitting there, you're like, my beard's growing.
No.
Oh, no.
I'm getting wrinkles.
My hair's gray.
Ah, my hair's already gray.
I'm dead.
Somebody thinks I'm 11 years older than I am. 9. I'm not doing math.
Nah, math's hard.
Don't you have
All
gray
right.
hair? Didn't you find a gray hair?
I have gray hairs like all over myself.
Yeah, I have a bunch. Fuck you guys. All right.
I'm blonde. You will never see them. Ha ha.
What do you give it, Ray?
I give it a 2.
2?
I think it's
I almost give it a 1, but
Yeah, it was close.
it was close, yeah. I'm gonna give it a 1 just because I've been sparing of my 1s. I like I said, I thought it was okay. Like it's a movie that I could see other people liking, like Keegan, but I
His
didn't
life
like it.
and career in the movie was exactly how this movie was made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all it was.
The acting was good.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Jenkins did great. He does great in everything.
The other kid in it that's getting trained.
Yeah,
he
the other
did a
kid
great
did
job.
great as well. The manager was a bitch, which is good. Good acting. Good acting. He was supposed to be. So.
Seems like a manager at a shitty fucking food chain. Just
Yeah.
Having the same shitty job that you got.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I did like is that it showed the lack of investigation when shit goes down, and the just finger blame.
Oh yeah.
You did it. No, I didn't. I don't believe you. You're fired. Because that has happened, I think, to all of us. No, just me. No.
Fired? No, that hasn't happened to me.
Yeah. Demoted, fired.
Demoted.
Alright, cool. Okay,
I kind of got fired.
Bottom 7?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's in limbo.
It's in the limbo.
You know what? It deserves number 1.
Alright.
I'm gonna fight for you.
Next up, boys. Vampires versus the Bronx.
Vampires versus the Bronx.
I'll give you guys like 2 seconds to figure out what this movie is. It's about vampires versus the Bronx.
It's on Netflix.
Yep.
Netflix original, coming out of nowhere. Lay that
It
stuff.
really did, though. Out of nowhere. It says a group of young friends from the Bronx fight to save their neighborhood from a gentrification and vampires. They have the triple dots.
Oh shit! Triple dots.
Triple dots.
Woo, triple dots.
And vampires.
All right,
Pretty spot on.
that's a pretty spot on description. So yeah, vampires versus the hood.
Bronx.
That's literally what this movie was, and well, top notch.
I want to just keep going.
Yeah.
It knew what it was. It knew
It
so
knew
well.
exactly what it was. Ray, what do you think?
This movie's great. This movie is so good because it knew exactly what it was. It didn't take itself too seriously.
It did its best version of itself.
And like all the jokes hit.
Mm-hmm.
It was written so well. The kid actors are really good.
Yes, the kid actors were very good.
Some of the special effects were not the best.
Yeah,
but it
was
was
a
more
movie like that. Yeah,
it was more of like a B movie.
Yeah.
But it was so funny.
My favorite part is that the vampires were stereotypical vampires of like the long, luscious hair and wearing leather, and I was like, "Wow, you are obviously a vampire."
That guy's a vampire. Like, oh, not.
And the plot twists were so not surprising that they made jokes about it. They were like, "No way, yeah, you didn't see that coming." Like,
really? I think the best part was the very end where he leans in for it, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? This isn't
that. He's like, no, I was just no.
Oh, that's so good. No, this was just a fun movie of the year. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It, like I told Ray, it reminds me of Attack the Block, which was great. So, fantastic job with this movie. Good job, Netflix. Netflix, you're really trying to narrow down on your formula, and I think with movies, like niche movies, you're doing pretty good. If you're gonna cancel shows after 3 seasons, then just make 3-season shows. Stop leaving cliffhangers, and I'll be happy. Like, just do it. Like, just write shorter shows, like, and I'll be super happy. I'm sorry, I'm going on a Netflix rant. I'm really pissed off at Netflix right now. But this was a good movie. What do you rate it, Keegan?
3.
3. What do you rate?
It's a pie for me.
It's a pie. Okay. I'm gonna give it a 3 as well. I really enjoyed it. Top worthy.
100%.
Yep, I knew Ray was gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Well. I say yes, but is it better than Tenet?
Easy.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, but all right, I lost that. All right, Tenet, you are out for shizzle. Was it better than Bad Boys 3?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree there. Was it better than Bill and Ted? Ooh.
these are pretty,
that's actually like
these are pretty comparable.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no because I like the nostalgia of Bill and Ted.
I don't have nostalgia for Bill.
That's true. So you say okay. All right.
Does it go in it first?
With Tenet getting kicked off, do you want to revisit Kajillionaire?
What's at the bottom now? Oh yeah, I'd be potentially be down with that. Do you think Kajillionaire is better than Bad Boys 3?
Yeah.
I also do. Okay, I'm down with that too. So Bad Boys 3 gets kicked off by Kajillionaire. Wow, we did like a double take within the same episode. Whoa. Was it better than Bill and Ted though?
Kajillionaire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it better than the movie we're currently talking about?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, hang on.
Okay. I know where it's on. I know where it's on my list.
All right. Well, let's break
We're
this
on
down.
this list. For me.
Okay, so right now we just said Vampires versus the Bronx is better than Bad Boys 3.
Yep.
Not as good as Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So
Bad Boys
12.
3 is at the bottom. We both agree it's better than Bad Boys 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now is Kajillionaire better than Vampires versus the Bronx?
Yeah, I think so.
You say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I say no, so I'm very curious to see where Ray is on this one.
I haven't seen Kajillionaire.
I know, so if you
I
see
have
it.
to watch it.
I don't know if this is gonna be Ray's movie. I just thought it'd be interesting to see what he thinks about it. But I'd say it's better than Weathering with You, right there between 8 or 9.
Whoa. Wow. All right. We're gonna put it.
Oh, hey there, pal.
Yeah, we're gonna put it at 13 for now, there, bud, and we'll revisit this next episode. We'll fucking let that one marinate there. All right. Wow. Okay. Interesting take on that. I'm very surprised on where that's going. But that being said, Tenet and Bad Boys 3 are officially off. Wow.
Good.
Bad Boys 3 was there forever.
I know. I'm heartbroken by Tenet. Okay. And that replaces them with Vampire versus the Bronx and Kajillionaire. Fantastic, guys. All right, last movie. This is more of a special event movie, and we're gonna be starting talking about this.
Oh, it also has a synopsis on IMDb.
Do you? Oh, it's fantastic. I might play. I have permission to use the full trailer, so I might play the trailer right here as well.
Cool.
So here's the trailer.
Here's the trailer.
Who are you guys? I am Anime.
There it was.
Wow, that was so good. Look at that trailer.
Wow, hit that fat synopsis.
Ancient aliens, Endow? Sure. Calvin, AI, Cashel, oh my gosh, this is worded weird by IMDb, and his local cosplay pals with their characters with the apostrophe at the end, good work, superpowers to save the multiverse from total annihilation.
Sure.
I don't remember the multiverse.
I don't remember the multiverse either.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we're on the same page there. All right. So this movie, we got to talk about the movie first before we tell our opinions. This is the first movie I'm in, which is really neat, with a few of my other furry companions and furry friends. It was directed by a person that I got to meet like in person, and yeah, he was a really nice guy. And when he made this movie, and if you look up some of like the reviews and stuff already of this movie, he wrote something and he was like, I know it's not the Avengers, but like there's a lot of passion and there was a lot of hard work put into this movie. And this movie was made for passion reasons. It wasn't like a AAA blockbuster. It wasn't anything crazy. This was a filmmaker who was making his first film because he could. And I think that's great. I think it's really cool. Because we all got to start somewhere. And this was a start. And I feel honored to be a part of it. I think it was really fun. And I am in it way more than I expected. So thanks for that. That kind of blew me away. I was like, oh my God, I am there. Wow. Oh my God, I'm there as well. And I was like, there's almost too much of me. But...
oh my God, no, stop. Get out of here.
No, I was like, but I will give this movie props where it is due really quick. It has won awards for really like best soundtrack at multiple science fiction convention like movie premieres. So that's really cool. I do think the soundtrack was really good.
I've seen some pretty bad sci-fi movies.
You've seen some pretty bad sci-fi movies?
Okay.
Alright. So we're gonna because this movie's a little bit more on the niche side, this is a full on would this be a C or B movie?
I think it's a B.
I think it's a B movie still? Okay. So with that in mind,
this is a straight to gas station DVD rack movie.
That's a D movie, I think.
Yeah, as in you watch this when you're giving the D.
Yes. No, it's not that.
Put it on to ignore.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right, so let's hit this ground running. I want to hear from Keegan first.
Yeah. Well, as like cosplay and individuality, like in the movie, is shown through and through because like the main cast is their cosplayers that are also the one dude like wrote a comic book about these characters that they made, and I think that's where this movie really does shine and shows that it's the same concept of cosplaying, which is taking your own turn and kind of like image and projecting these characters that you had. So it's the exact same of I wanted to make this sci-fi movie, I wanted to make this version of it, and it comes off as that home DIY.
You know, honestly, I didn't even put that together, but it did seem like the main character was like the director of the movie, where he was just trying to get this movie made, just like he was trying to sell his comic book. Oh my gosh, that made me like it more. Thanks,
look at that. Good actual thoughtful thought there.
Thoughtful thought.
Man, if you put half the thought in that sentence.
It's a thoughtful thought. And another woke butter fucking quote right there.
A thoughtful thought. Oh, yes! Woke butter shirt right there. I'm so excited.
The thoughtful thoughts.
The thoughtful thoughts. Yes.
Thoughts that have thoughtful thoughts.
Oh my God. Okay, now my brain hurts. All right.
Thoughtmus Prime.
Anything else you...
Thoughtmus Prime.
What about Thougmus Dime?
No.
Oh, no. All right.
No.
All right, Keegan, do you want to add anything else?
Oh, I fucking love that robot in it.
Oh, the
I
robot.
love that. I don't know if it's a spoiler. I don't know. It doesn't
The
spoil
robot was
anything.
animated really well.
Yeah. I kind of watched. I saw the robot while they were still building it. Like, he wasn't finished when I went there to film and stuff. But I saw the robot, like, in pieces. It was, like, this big. It was, like, the size, like, 2 feet. And what they had was
like a small trash can.
Yeah, but they had strings so they can like put it onto the screen, and then the hand was operated with a stick, and they did a really good job at cutting out all of that.
Yeah.
Like the robot was some of the best editing I've seen in that movie. Like that was really good.
Also, they had a pretty favorable background with just the black with the like smoke and some light. There wasn't a whole lot that you had to work around.
Yeah,
you didn't have people and like scenery that you had to work around. So they use the environment and the
that's
shots
how you
very
get,
well for that.
And that's how you get more for less. That really is.
And especially in the environment that they were in the movie made sense for it, and it definitely differentiated and made it seem like a totally different like area.
It reminded me
of like
of that.
a game show, and it made it feel like they were on the game show.
Yeah, and because of that, you and Frankie have been watching the Jimmy Neutron, and it reminded me of that one episode where Jimmy Neutron and them were on that TV show for aliens, and I was like, oh my god, this is giving me major Jimmy Neutron flashbacks.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, because doesn't like Jimmy like try to do everything?
Yep,
himself
and he
first?
fails every time. Yeah.
But the robot is great practical effects.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love practical effects. Oh my gosh, and I was actually impressed with the dinosaur. The dinosaur's practical effects were like the actual dinosaur. Obviously, we're not talking about the laser eyes, but the actual.
There was laser eyes. What?
The actual dinosaur was really cool. I think it was one of those like 3D sculptures where the person's in the bottom and like walking with it. I think that was the design they used, and that was really that was cool. I like the dinosaur. So. All right, we're gonna listen.
Practical effects is a dying art.
It is.
Because visual effects is taken over so hard.
And when you don't have the money to do animation and CGI like all these big companies do, is that practical effects is the way to go.
Mhm.
And there is a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it.
And I think this movie did a good way for practical for sure.
Yeah, I think really did a good job with it.
All right, Ray.
Yeah. I looked up the awards. Yeah, they won a whole bunch of awards.
Oh, did
they?
they?
Got 4.
Oh, they had 4. Nice.
4 awards. Yes, the soundtrack was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It felt very 80s.
Yes, I like the 80s synth vibe. It almost felt like a side story in the Stranger Things universe, like with the music feel.
I can see it.
You can see it.
So, just one question. So that guy that's like blonde and the lasers, was he Flash Gordon? Was he?
I think so.
Because that's what it made it feel like. And
I think
correct
they
me if
were
I'm
like,
wrong, or is that some other dumb memory that I have that I'm definitely colluding with it? But
well, I think that both the teams, Monster Force Zero, which is the first team of the main characters,
Right.
and then the Destroyers of Destruction, which does that mean the Destroyers of Destruction?
No, it
does that
means-
mean they destroy destruction, so they fix things?
yeah.
Okay, so they're fixers. Okay, cool. I'm
But they're not.
But they're not. No. I think they were all their own characters as well, but they were modeled after other people. Because you had like the assassin dude.
Yeah.
You had Final Boss, who always talked in third person with a really bad Russian accent. That was top-notch acting.
The Russian accent was weird. Mainly because I've been around my boss so much, because just for context, my boss is Russian, from Russia, so he has the thick accent every day.
Do you think it was on purpose, though? Like a cosplayer Russian
No idea.
accent? Oh, you don't know, yeah. I couldn't tell you either. I never met him. Speaking of on-set fun part, I met the Yeti, and the Yeti guy was really nice. He was a really nice person. He got involved with all the extras in the movie. He was very so glad you're here. Like, he was all about this. Him alone, you can just tell how much passion went into this movie, like from the cast and the crew. And I thought it was really cool to be on like a movie set. I was like, wow, this is what it's gonna be like when I direct a
That's
movie.
why I think it's Flash Gordon.
Oh, it might be. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I think you were
It's
kind of
his
on
own
it, because he
version.
was wearing
like pads to make him
Football,
look
He was
more
wearing
ripped.
football pads.
Yep.
Okay. Look at me, 24 years old, and knowing what Flash Gordon is.
Oh, we're so proud of you.
Fucking recognize me, senpai.
Oh man! All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Like 2 Flash Gordon there.
Anything else you'd like to add before we start talking about some of the issues we have?
Actually, I thought the acting was pretty good.
Surprisingly, yeah. Like I really liked it.
A lot of the times with like the B movies, there's at least like 1 to 2 actors that are really bad that are just there because they slept with the director. But
Fair.
let's be real.
Yes, 100%. You're like, how are you in this movie? How are you in this
wow,
movie?
you're really hot. Oh, you don't know what acting
You
is
don't
though.
know.
But no, I thought they all did a good job. There's no like real glaring obvious parts where I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, actually. I think the acting was pretty superb. Even one thing that impressed me with the acting is some of just the nonchalant looks, like in the moments and stuff. Like, I'm going to go to the furry scene just because I thought it was good. But the main actor, AI, when like all the furries grabbed him and he like pushed him away, just that like nonchalant, like, whoa, all right, we're good here. Like, that was a good like moment where I was like, okay. That was a humanizing.
They weren't stone faced in.
Yeah, no,
their
none of them were
interactions.
stone faced. Even the emotion felt real. Like, I have a problem with the emotion for plot reasons, but the emotion felt real.
Yeah.
I really did like the love chemistry. I thought the love chemistry was fine between those two.
Yeah.
It didn't feel forced or anything.
It was like
It was just there. It
Yeah.
was just a regular one. It wasn't like in your face either. So, and I liked some of their powers. Their powers were cool. Like the Raven chick. She just like gets force field. I don't know.
she just like kept getting things.
Yeah,
I was like,
pretty
her
cool.
powers are
I
endless.
was like, I don't know what her powers are. And then the cyber bat, was that her whole power? Was just having a dope bat, like a baseball bat? Okay, cool.
She was Harley Quinn, basically.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now that you say that. And he's Cyclops.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's Raven. Okay.
She's Raven and/or Invisible Woman.
Oh, and then the Yeti
from
was
Fantastic
Beast.
Four, and then Yeti was the Beast.
Okay. Nice.
No, they were Yeti, Ammo, fucking Kadabra, and AI.
Wow, I am
good work, bro.
hella impressed.
That's
You
who
remember
they
that?
were.
Wow.
Respect them.
And they're Monster Force Zero, Intergalactic. I don't know the whole spiel. That thing is long. I know, like defeating.
I did
Cabals.
appreciate they made fun of that.
That was really funny. I liked that meta humor. That was good. All right, let's get into some of the things we didn't like.
Spoilers.
I guess kind of
We
spoilers.
can do it without spoilers.
Yeah, we can do it without spoilers. That's fine. But I want to give positive criticism in a way. Was Furious a bad guy?
Unclear.
I don't know.
Because he also just disappeared.
He also,
He was
yeah,
gone.
he was only in there in the beginning.
I think he was there just to be used like the janitor was.
Okay, because the robot in the game show, one of his like throwaway lines was like, "Furious is always welcome on set," and so you're like, okay, so he's been here before.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he was just like the recruiter for the show. Like that kind of maybe thinks what I am, but I don't think he was working.
Did you say maybe thinks what I am?
Yeah.
Did I?
Is your face
I don't know.
okay? You're not having a stroke.
I'm not having a stroke. Oh god, I don't think he was working for the Greys.
No.
I will say I really enjoyed the the alien history, like the ancient aliens humor. Like that made me really happy. Like that there was the Greys versus the reptilians. I was like, thank you Jesus for the dome. Like the dome. Yep.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
By comparing with the romances, it just I don't think it added anything to the story.
Yeah, fair. It was just
could've-
kind of there to have a romance.
Yeah, it could have been without, and it would have been like totally fine.
The same. Yeah.
I'd say that some of the voiceover work was a little rough in some parts.
Yeah,
just
there
where
was
you're
a
going
few.
in touchback, especially even in the club part wasn't bad, but in other parts where
You
I
could
feel
tell
like
where
you're
the
in a more
Foley artist was struggling a little bit on some things. Yeah.
Yeah, some of it was done really well. Yeah, because there was a couple parts where like the soundtrack versus the voice was not
muffled or
dialed
Mhm.
100% right.
Or the music was a little louder than the dialogue, and you couldn't quite
what was a
hear
good
'em.
scene that showed that?
I think in the forest, but I think a hard part there is recording in nature. You get a lot
Yes.
of that ambient noises, so when they go back and they vocal over, you
Yeah.
don't have the dimensions of the sound, so it's hard. Like that's why if you're filming like a nature scene like that, you want mics, like mic packs, which they might have had. It might have just not worked or something. Like, but that's why you want to like really have the depth of field for that. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
That's why outside shots are hard and nighttime shots. Like the lighting was surprisingly good for the nighttime shots. I was like, wow, I'm impressed with the lighting. Like whoever did lighting, A+, 100%. I was like, I see everything. Nothing was blurred out of the way.
It was all stylized the same.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's a moment where they're in like some dark back hallway, and it was like really dark, but they used a bright green light to show that it's dark, but still being able to get the characters like definitions and everything.
I
and
did
not
like
wash
when
out
the
scene.
janitor was like, to move forward, you have to step into the dark. And he opened up the door and it's just pitch black, and you're like, wow, that's a dark room. Like,
You really hit the nail on the head. Man.
you're like, wow. Everything he said was hilarious. I think the janitor was one of the best characters.
Find out what happened with his wife?
I think she
I think
died.
she just
I think
died,
she
yeah.
lost. Yeah, I think he sacrificed her to help them.
I think he wanted.
Can we have Revenge of the Janitor?
I think it was more along the lines of
Yes.
because she got hurt in the beginning,
Yep.
and then they were gonna try to revive her, heal her or
I
something.
wonder if they're
and
just
that's
kind of
why-
leaving him on, be like,
Yeah,
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
we
were
have
just
all this
using him.
technology.
yeah, they're just using him for whatever they needed.
Mm-hmm. Classic alien shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with Ray though. I think all the acting was good.
Yeah, the
I
acting
like
was
the
fine.
acting. And the other biggest thing, one thing that you did say before we started talking about it, I do agree. There were parts where it seemed like there was multiple ideas smashed into one.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a handful of kind of like the last shift where there's a lot of plot going
Yep.
on that
Mhm.
just didn't get delved out.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I will give it credit for, and I talked to Keegan about this, Act 1, 2, and 3, very noticeable. They
Yes.
were very well done when the separation of them, and I was like, hey, we're in Act 2. And Keegan's like, yeah. And then I went, oh, hey, we're in Act 3. Like, they were very clear. And I liked that. I like good act cuts. I don't like when Act 1 and 2 blend. That's really gross to me, but this one did a good job there. I will say, at the beginning of Act 3, the random group dynamic where they got into an argument just before the last conflict, the classic mishap into the last conflict, I was like, that was unneeded. I didn't need that. That was a huge trope that I'm kind of sick of seeing. But it's in every movie, so I don't necessarily fault this movie for it. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm sick of seeing that trope where it's like, oh, we have to get mad at our fellow partner before we go fight the final boss. And I'm like, oh, just get over yourselves. Like, they did that in Scoob. Right, like Scoob and Shaggy.
It definitely feel like it was forced.
That part was forced.
Which I was just wondering. I was like, I wonder if this like force is like make you really bitchy. Maybe they just need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you on Saturdays before we get food.
Wow. All right, that's fair.
Bring a fucking Snickers with you, you bitch.
Okay, well,
so mean to me sometimes.
I am mean to you. I will admit though, the Yeti uppercut was dope. They like uppercutted the Sasquatch. Yeah. That was dope.
My other thing is I wish they would delve more into like how like the powers actually work.
Yeah, because they kind of did in the credits.
They touched the thing and they just had it, and then like the one girl's powers kept developing, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like what was? Yeah,
because she shielded him.
Yeah, because she could shield.
Levitate.
She could like levitate. She could mind warp people.
Yep, she could teleport. She teleported.
Yeah, she teleported one time.
Which I'm gonna give full credit. That teleport cut was very well done. Like I was impressed with that cut. It wasn't jolty or anything.
Satisfying.
It was a satisfying cut where I was like, oh shit, she's in the house. Like that was good. I like that.
And then there's no like struggle for them to use these.
Yeah.
It was like you can now shoot lasers out of your eyes, and you're perfect at it.
Mm-hmm. There was no learning curve. But I think the reason for that was because they got the abilities of their cosplay. They kind of already knew their abilities. It'd be like if you cosplayed as that one dude from what's that one show that I am really struggling with.
With the characters.
Yeah, the guy that I like.
It's the one with the magical water powers and fire powers, and the one that Colin has a tattoo of.
Oh, Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail. Yeah. Because I feel like if you were cosplaying that dude from Fairy Tail, you'd know how to use your powers right away.
I have cosplayed a dude from Fairy Tail, actually.
Yes, you have.
What did you cosplay?
That was great.
Yeah, fucking.
Well, at the time, my girlfriend had blue hair. She was Juvia.
Yep, a whole bunch of fucking nerds.
But like, if you cosplayed Batman, you'd know how to beat people up.
That's
That's why I can cosplay the Blob, because I know how to eat things that maybe shouldn't have been eaten.
Oh.
Everything's edible if you try hard.
Well, what do you rate this movie, Keegan?
It's a 2.
2? Alright.
Yeah, it's a 2.
I give it a pie, and I'm going to make it a pie movie. It's a
you're
pleasure.
in it.
I'm in it. I have to like it. Well, I don't have to like it, but I did like it. So
it is a different experience watching a movie you're in.
It is. It is really weird, because you like want it to be good, because you're like, I'm in this movie. But the editing was good in that scene. I actually really liked it. They did a lot. Like, when we were filming it, I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh. It was kind of like when Tom Hardy saw Mad Max Fury Road for the first time, where he was like, I had no idea what you wanted me to do. I was lost. I was confused. It made no sense. And then he saw it, and he's like,
or Tom Holland in Infinity War.
Yep.
Where somebody commented, was like, Tom Holland just looks lost the entire movie. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He was like, it's because I didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on. Exactly.
You didn't tell me.
It was exactly like that. Where it's like, I walked on set and they're like, here, be in the scene. You're like, what? Like, so it was kind of one of those.
Tom Holland's a little blabbermouth.
Yes. Yeah. So is Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is just old and doesn't know how to
use Tom Holland cracks me up. He's so good.
I love the slideshow of Mark Ruffalo like getting at autographs from his fellow co-hosts, and the caption is like, can someone tell Mark Ruffalo that he's also an Avenger? Because he's like, oh my god, Robert Downey Jr. Oh my god, Chris Evans. Like, he's like, I love you guys. I'm such a big fan. They're like, dude, we made like many movies together. He's like, oh right. He's such a fangirl, and I love it.
We're going back to Monster Force Zero.
Yep.
For first movie they did.
I think so. I think this is his first movie.
Pretty fucking good for a first movie.
Oh, for a first movie, yeah.
Yeah, for a first movie, it was good.
We've seen people that have made multiple movies and
still are bad. Yes, agreed.
Movies we've seen in theaters
that are worse.
That are
like
brutal.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there are movies that we've seen in theaters where I'm like, why did
The Turning.
So definitely not bottom 7.
No.
Because it's better than all 7 of those movies. I don't think it's better than Kajillionaire.
No.
No. So, all right, we'll not make it under our top, but go watch this movie. If you know me, definitely go watch it because obviously I want you to support the movie. I mean, I think it's cool. And yeah.
I want to see more. I want to see more of this.
Well,
Maybe you can use your connections to like see if there's a second one coming out. Pitch Revenge of the Janitor.
Okay, I will. Well, he's probably gonna listen to this, so I'll just tell him to listen. So do you want to throw in your elevator pitch right now?
Yeah. So
okay.
Listen, Revenge of the Janitor, and he goes and try and like bring his wife back. But he has to get Monster Force Zero to like come back. Maybe to go to like some weird planet, and maybe some time travel shit goes in there too, because they're like, oh, we can't bring her back, but I can grab her before she dies. Just saying, play with those sci-fi tropes.
There you go.
Wow. All right, that was actually like better than I thought. Like that wasn't a bad pitch. I like the other planet idea. Like that was neat.
Because you could dwell deep into the multiverse too.
Yeah, the multiverse.
Yeah, there's the multiverse.
I didn't know that was a plot point until you read the synopsis. I guess I missed that.
And more dinosaurs. More fucking dinosaurs. More laser dinosaurs.
I like that it was a laser reptilian or something. I don't remember the species it was. But...
I want a triceratops that shoots its horns like missiles.
That'd be pretty
that.
wild, actually.
Give me that. I will help you with that.
A velociraptor with like lightsaber talons.
Ah, clever girl.
Ah, clever girl. But you'd have to add that line into it, or else it'd be.
I mean, they Shazammed somebody.
They did Shazam. I didn't know they were allowed to do that.
Yeah, I was good. That's what my other point. I was like, I don't know if that. I think that word is trademarked.
Is it okay?
But I'm not sure.
But you're not sure, yeah. I don't know.
Because there's weird things that are trademarked.
Oh, one also side note, I like the acting of the dude getting kicked in the balls. That was pretty funny because he said a funny pun and then like she kicked him in the balls and then he said it again, but in the other side he was like, "That was a good shot," like something like that.
It's like he's actually been kicked in the balls.
Yeah,
Method acting.
You could definitely tell that he was like, "I know how to act." It's like, "Hey, could you act like you've been kicked in the balls?" I've been training for this since I joined soccer. Like that was the face I bet he gave, but yeah. Cool, good times. Monster Force Zero is on Amazon Prime. I think it costs monies to rent, and I know it costs monies to buy. I bought it because it was $10. So, yay! And that concludes our very big catch-up episode. Next episode, we're hopefully going to be talking about Vivarium. We have a request from an audience member because the audience member wants you to watch it, so we can talk spoilers about it, deep conversation about it.
Who's this audience?
So we'll get to that. And next week, we're also talking about a Liam Neeson movie. So I'm pretty freaking pumped for that.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, he's in The Honest Thief, the movie we're seeing tomorrow of Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Keegan's not
I don't think I've
seen
it.
Oh, also, if you're making another movie with superheroes, I recently got a bat suit that if I just wear half of it, I look like fucking Homelander and Butcher from The Boys had a child.
He does. It's pretty horrifying. Like, he's ripped.
I'll send a picture.
We'll send a picture. We'll put it in the episode. I'm checking it.
Yeah, put it in
Let me get in your DMs.
Yeah,
Let me get your DMs. Slide your
I'll
DMs.
slide my own DMs.
Hot.
That's great.
All right.
That's fantastic.
It's been so long since we recorded. Do I do the exits in post? I don't remember.
I don't know, but we just do it anyway. So it is.
Thanks for listening to the Polarized Report. I think, we have an outro. Yeah, we do. We do have an outro.
Do we have an outro?
We do.
Okay. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Find Woke Butter at Woke Butter. Find Ray somewhere. I don't know where he is.
I started posting on TikTok.
Oh, shit. He's on TikTok. What's your TikTok?
I am at Single Players Club.
Single Player. Oh, cool. That's in the description already. Nice. Single Players Club. And then I'm Von Bonstringle at Von Bonstringle
telling
on
puns to my dogs,
everything.
and Groot looks like he's gonna cry after I do it. And they get a lot of views.
That's awesome.
That's how everyone else feels.
And look forward to potentially at the beginning of the new year as if we keep getting more and more listens like our last. I'm lost. If we get more and more listens like we have been on our YouTube channel, we're going to try to get them on Spotify. And we're eventually, when we get a little bit more of a following, we're definitely going to start a Patreon and start them Woke Butter t-shirts and look for thoughtful thoughts because that's going to be top notch.
Thoughts with thoughtful thoughts.
Thoughts with thoughtful thoughts. All right. Thank you guys. And have a great weekend. Oh, we could say that. We record these on Friday. Oh, but then if I don't post it on Friday. Have a great weekend. And if it's not the weekend, have a great day or week.
But the weekend is like...
The weekend's
whenever
always
you
coming.
have
Oh, that's fair.
Because my weekend's like Monday to Wednesday. So
I'm ending it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure to tune in next episode.